Pro tips.
Specifically for people who, I think there's going to be a lot of people listening to this who are interested in the laundromat industry, who aren't in it yet. What is one tip that you would give to a prospective or a new laundromat owner, somebody who's looking to get into the industry? What's one tip you'd give them kind of going into it?
Oh my goodness. You mean from like a design standpoint or like a operation?
No, just so let's say I'm brand new and I'm looking to buy a laundromat. I want to buy a laundromat. What's one thing that I need to know going into it?
I think there's really three things I would tell that person and probably have told people. One of them is the beauty of being an entrepreneur and a business owner is you get to decide what your business is and what it isn't. No one can decide that for you. And that's that freedom of being able to make those decisions based on what's important to you is pretty powerful. And so take that seriously. Another one that I would say is that networking is really important. Get to know other people in the industry. There's a lot of knowledge and a lot of expertise out there, and there's a lot of people willing to help you on a lot of different levels based on how much time they have available. And if you do those things, one of the things you're going to learn in the process of networking is there's more than one way to skin a cat in this industry. It may sound like I have a negative association with an unattended laundromat. I do not. I know phenomenal laundromat owners that run very, very well run, very well unattended laundromats. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what I was. That's what I wanted to do at one point. And then the last thing I would tell them is don't be afraid to pivot, because as you gain knowledge, as you gain expertise, like you're going to wake up one day and be like, a week ago I was a newbie, but now like people are calling me a veteran. How did that happen? Yeah. Like what, because that happened to me. And I was like, whoa, did you just call me a veteran? Like, did you just call me experienced? Like I still, 6 years went by and I still don't consider 10 years. I don't consider myself a veteran, but a lot of people do. And I guess compared to the guy that just bought a laundromat last week, I am. Yeah. And so those are, there's a lot that goes into those even, but those are the three things I would really tell them. I think maybe the fourth one I'll throw in there is to have a master plan. But going back to that pivoting, don't be afraid to pivot. Don't be afraid to change that master plan. I really believe that if you don't have a vision of where you're trying to go, you'll never get there. I really, truly believe that. And so it's okay to have a very defined vision of where you're going and then gain new information into the context and change that vision. That's okay. That's fine. You don't have to follow that for 40 years, but you still need to have a vision today, and that vision can change tomorrow. And if you use all those things in kind of a big picture environment, then you'll methodically make decisions based on all of those things without even really thinking about it. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah. And that's a lot of what I've done, and I've learned a lot of that along the way. Yeah. For 5 years, I didn't do a lot of the things we're talking about now. Yep. And the last 5 years, I've done a lot more of those things. And it goes back to why things like networking are important. Spending time at Clean Show and Excellence in Laundry and joining the CLA and being on Facebook groups and there's, getting the industry magazines and white papers and all these different things. Like there's so much information and so much value out there. And part of why I'm really passionate about our industry is because, like I said, I've stolen everything I know and have from someone in some way. Yeah. Maybe a tweak here and a tweak here, and I melted my own model out of that. But like nothing I've done have I created out of thin air. Yeah. And so when you learn it, when you begin to understand your success is based on those things, then you really, it should humble you to the point of where you don't think you're spectacular. Yes, you're confident in your team. You know what you do is very good. Maybe even that it's at the top of the industry. But you also know that you're not special. This is a collaboration of all the things I've been talking about for the last hour. Mm-hmm. And so once again, I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just how my brain works. Like my brain never stops. I'm just like always digging and pivoting and focusing. And sometimes that causes me to do really stupid things. Well, I won't lie. Sometimes I do things that I'm like, what was I thinking? But I really believe that you can learn from that too. You can learn from your mistakes and your failures, probably more so than you can learn from your successes. Yep. So those are a lot of the key things that I tell people are a direct correlation of my success, and so I believe that they would be a key to their success. However, they meld that together for them.